Greetings to you all. This is Sabina Victor, the presenter for today's session. I am the CEO of Impart, Learning to Excel and Grow. And let's start with my presentation. So today, the first topic of the recorded sessions is social and emotional learning, and it is a topic which is in great demand by the education systems as well as by individuals in their professional lives. So moving on, and welcome back to Impart Learning series. I know you have been waiting anxiously for me to upload the recorded video on YouTube. So without further delay, I am starting with this presentation. I want to know, how do you feel today? And I want you to record your responses either in the YouTube comments or in your notebooks. Are you feeling happy, sad, exhausted, confused, or excited? Note down those feelings in your notebooks and I'll ask you to share it with me later. Now, our emotions are usually divided into 4 zones. You can see in the blue one, the low energy and motivation to participate, whether you're a student or a person who is related to the professional life. Then we have the green, which is known as the good zone, and it is related to attentive and feeling positive overall. And next we have is the yellow box, which is feeling uncomfortable and needs to focus, and red, which is full of negative emotions and may react harshly. All right. So this is how our emotions are according to these 4 zones. So now I have something very important for you all. And these are the examples of those emotions as per zone. The blue zone, those who are experiencing the blue zone, they usually tend to feel sad, tired, sick, bored, or feeling slow. And those who are from the green zone, they always are energetic, they feel calm, happy, or you have important positive phrases like I am focused, feeling okay, or I am in control. And those who are from the yellow zone usually tend to be excited, not in a happy way, but in a negative way, anxious, nervous, frustrated, or confused. And the last one, what I call it, the danger one, that is the red zone. These are those people who are always have anger, who are angry, or they become flustered. Okay, so the words over here are to describe the emotions: angry, scared, panic. And there are some phrases like I want to yell. Yell, in other words, I want to vent my frustration. I'm not in control. Not in control of what? Not in control of my emotions. All right, we usually call such people hot tempered. And in hot tempered people tend to blurt out certain words, which then they regret later. All right. So, what zone are you in? Are you in the blue zone, green zone, yellow zone, or the red zone? Note down your responses either in your notebooks or in the YouTube comments. Now, always remember, your aim should be to stay or go back to the green zone and avoid the red one. All right. So now I come to a very important topic because what I discussed earlier is all linked to social and emotional learning. Yes, it is. Now, what is social and emotional learning? Now, Cell is about developing the ability to care for others, make responsible decisions, establish positive relationships, and handle challenging situations. Now, these skills are essential for developing resilience, personal attitudes that promote wellness and prevent illness and support recovery. Now, as an educator, it's important to understand why these concepts are important in supporting lifelong mental health and well being of children and adults. All right. So, now moving on. Now, you can see on your screen celebrating Castle 30 years. Now, I'm going to share a brief history about social and emotional learning. Now, social and emotional learning began in 1960 at the Yale School of Medicine in its Child Studies Center. There, Professor James Comer started the Comer School Development Program, where he focused on the education systems of low-income African American communities, particularly the elementary schools in Connecticut, USA. The school implemented programs that focused on social and emotional needs of students. And from there, this approach spread to other schools because of the successful research and being affiliated with Yale University. Now, Roger Weisberg and Timothy Shiver, therefore, and other researchers and educators established the New Haven School Development Program in 1987, and this led to the creation of CASTLE. Now, CASTLE stands for the Collaborative for Academic, Social, and Emotional Learning in 1994. And later, they published Promoting Social and Emotional Learning Guidelines for Educators in 1997. In 2019, the concept of transformative social and emotional learning, that is T-Cell, was developed. Now, T-Cell aims to guide students about the root causes of inequity and develop collaborative solutions that lead to personal and community and societal well-being. So now I hope you understand that Castle is celebrating its 30 years independence because it was formed in 1994 and this year it makes it 30 years. Isn't that amazing? So moving on. So now why cell matters? All right. So cell matters, number one, cell contributes to academic success, reduces behavioral issues, and fosters a positive school climate. Number two, it equips individuals with essential life skills that help them to deal with challenges and opportunities. Number three, research has shown that cell correlates with improved mental and overall well-being. So now I come to the Castle framework. All right. The Castle framework consists of 5 competencies, and they are: number one is the self-awareness. Now, as you see on your screen, now self-awareness means the ability to understand one's emotions, thoughts, and values, and how they influence behavior in different contexts. Now, this includes the ability to recognize one's strengths and weaknesses. The ultimate goal is to create a growth mindset. For example, a student could recognize their stress triggers while appreciating their hardworking personalities. Now, number two I come to is self-management. Now, self-management is actually the ability to manage one's emotions, thoughts, and behaviors effectively in different situations. For example, if you are a teacher who's overwhelmed by the amount of technology to use in your lessons, you may have these negative thoughts such as, this is never going to work, I am not tech savvy, and those negative emotions will change into positive by saying positive statements such as, I can ask someone to help me and it will become easier. Now, number three is social awareness. Now, social awareness means the ability to understand the perspectives and empathize with others, especially those coming from diverse cultural backgrounds. This also includes to feel compassion for others, recognize family, school, community resources and support. Now, there is an activity which you can promote through which you can promote social awareness with your students, and that activity is known as the listening circles. Now, listening circle teaches empathy, provides opportunity to hear, read different perspectives. Now, what happens in listening circle? Now, in listening circle, students have a safe space to share their voices by responding to prompts such as, who do you look up to the most and why? And what advice would you give yourself today and why? Now, moving on, the fourth one is relationship skills. Now, relationship skills means the ability to establish and maintain healthy and supportive relationships with diverse individuals and groups. This includes to communicate clearly, listen actively, cooperate and work collaborate, sorry for my pronunciation, to work collectively to solve a problem. And there is an activity which you can do with your students, and that activity for maintaining healthy and strong relationship skills is the game known as Count Me Down. Now, this activity is basically a strategy that helps students to identify ways they are similar and different from others. The goal is to develop a stronger understanding of peers and demonstrate respect. An example of Count Me Down activity prompt is three unique things about your family, two challenges you are currently facing, one goal or dream you have. Last but not the least is responsible decision making. It means the ability to make caring and constructive choices about personal behavior and social interactions from diverse situations. Now, while solving a problem, you may ask yourself these questions. How will this impact others? Is it worth it? Why do I want to make this choice? Will this help me? All right. So I hope you have got a detailed perspective of the core competencies of cell. Moving on. Now, cell has its importance in education. How? I will tell you. The first one is it helps students to develop empathy and compassion. Now, one of the major benefits of cell is it helps students develop emotional intelligence, which includes empathy and compassion. Empathy means the ability to understand and share feelings of others. This helps to build healthy relationships based on respect and kindness. Number two is increases academic achievement. Now, research shows that students who receive cell instruction have higher academic achievement than those who do not. Now, cell helps students to develop skills that they need to succeed academically, such as self-motivation, self-regulation, and goal setting. It promotes a growth mindset, which is basically a belief that success comes from effort and hard work rather than innate ability. Number three, help students manage stress and anxiety. Now, stress and anxiety are common experiences for students, especially during exams. Now, the schools and educational institutions are going to experience this exam situation. and as well as other high pressure situations. Now, through CEL, students learn strategies to manage their emotions and cope up with stress effectively. This includes deep breathing, positive self talk, and meditation. Now, the fourth point is promotes social inclusion and equity. Now, an important aspect of CEL is its focus on social inclusion and equity. Students from diverse backgrounds may face different challenges when it comes to social and emotional learning. For example, students from low income households may face stigma or discrimination. And by incorporating CEL, teachers can create an equitable and inclusive learning environment where all students feel valued and supported. Moving on. Now, there are strategies for, sorry, the next point I forgot to mention was the practical ways teachers can incorporate CEL into their curriculum. Now, I have two strategies to share with you. Number one is create a daily routine that includes mindfulness and reflection. This can be simple as taking a few minutes to breathe together and share one thing students are grateful for each day. Number two is incorporate CEL into academic subjects by using role play or group discussions to explore social emotional themes. For example, you can ask your students to perform a play which showcases CEL themes such as kindness, empathy, and compassion. So now I move on to the next topic. That is strategies for, what strategies can teachers adopt to cultivate, to promote CEL in their classrooms. Now I'm going to share that with you. Number one, cultivate a safe and supportive environment where students feel valued and respected. Number two, incorporate CEL activities such as mindfulness exercises and cooperative learning into daily routines. Number three, foster open communication and active listening to validate students' experiences and emotions so that students feel that they are seen and heard. Number four, you need to be a role model for CEL skills by demonstrating empathy, self-regulation, and also practice conflict resolution. And lastly, you need to provide opportunities to students to practice CEL in real life situations such as group projects and community service. So, CEL also goes beyond the classroom. Now, when I say beyond the classroom, I mean I am talking about the importance of social and emotional learning for adults because CEL helps to build stronger relationships. Okay, now how? CEL helps individuals to develop empathy and social skills, which are important for building and maintaining positive relationship with others. Number two, it enhances career success. Now, CEL is becoming an important factor in career success. Employers are looking for you, individuals who are emotionally intelligent as they are in better position to work in teams and communicate effectively and handle stress. All right. So number three is improves community well-being. CEL has a positive impact on communities. Emotionally intelligent people are likely to be engaged citizens or responsible citizens and contribute positively to their communities. And lastly, CEL helps adults to prepare for future challenges and opportunities. All right. So I have an activity for you all, and this is an activity on de-stressors and stressors. Can you see the bucket in your screens? Now, we are like these two buckets, and the water in those buckets are like our emotions. Now, what I want you to do is, I want you to note down in your notebooks or wherever you are noting down your responses. There are two questions, and this is now linked to your workplaces. What are the things that fill you up emotionally at your workplace? In other words, I am asking about what are the things that make you feel positive and better at your workplace, okay? And in this, I'm referring to the purple bucket, okay? Now, second question is, what are the things that drain you out emotionally at work? In other words, I'm talking about the factors which cause stress in you, and you become like this bucket which starts spilling water. In other words, you start, developing negative emotions. Okay, and that negative emotions affects your performance at work as well as a relationship with your colleagues and the management. Okay, so note down your responses and I will be asking you to share it later. Okay, all right, and I hope you like whatever activities I have shared so far in the presentation. So, in conclusion, I would like to say that in today's presentation, I discussed social and emotional learning, which is an approach and is an essential part of our education system. It helps students to develop skills they need to thrive academically and personally. Likewise, adults too need self for both personal and professional aspects of their lives. Through self, we learn empathy, compassion, self-regulation, and goal-setting skills. They also develop strategies to manage stress and cope up with difficult situations. So this brings me to the end of my presentation. And if you have any questions related to social and emotional learning, you are most welcome to reach out to me by commenting under this recorded video in the comment section, or you can get in touch with me through Impart WhatsApp. All right. So since this video is being recorded in the evening, and whenever you watch this video, either tonight or tomorrow during the day, I wish you all the best for your future endeavors and have a great day ahead. And if you are watching this at night, I hope that whatever you watch is going to help you in your learning. And I hope you are that person who would like to bring a positive change at your workplace, in yourself as well as for others. So take good care of yourself. Allah Hafiz and goodbye.